Everyone. So I want to do another update. This one's on Bitcoin. So Bitcoin over the last couple weeks has been consolidating, basically in this triangle. And just like Litecoin, I see it in an ABCDE wave 4 supercycle pattern. So that looks like this: A, B, C, D, and E would be somewhere around here. So the thing is, on this recent bull run, we broke out of this triangle, as you can see. And so that's not something that I'd really like to see ideally. But as long as D doesn't get above B here, it's technically still a valid triangle. So we'll have to see over the next couple days, now that we're starting to pull back, if we fall back into the triangle. If we fall back into the triangle, then I think that's a really good sign that this pattern is going to work out. And if that does happen, it's actually a good setup for traders, and it's a good thing for the market as well, because this pattern is actually still very bullish. So let's say we hit D and we're starting to retrace now. Then you're looking to buy on support, at price action at different support levels, but also at these fibs around 618. 0.5, 382, maybe even down to 854. We'll have to watch the price structure as it comes down. But what's important to note is that even though E is technically down here, E is normally a failed wave, so it doesn't actually have to hit the bottom of the triangle. It can stop kind of midway in between and then break out. So just to look at the larger supercycle, see if Poloniex has all the data here. Basically, wave 4 is a shallow. Looks like we don't have all the data here. Go over to, here we go. All right. So with Elliott wave, what you see is, what's taught is a wave 1 retracement, which is called wave 2, is normally deep. And then a wave 4 retracement is normally shallow. So you can see here that this is our wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And so this was a very deep wave, retracement, wave 2. And wave 4 is normally very shallow. And triangles basically appear either in wave B, in an ABC correction, or wave 4. So that's all a really good sign for why I think that this triangle makes a lot of sense here in terms of the supercycle. And it implies a lot of bullishness, because I think that would be very, very strong evidence that we are in a wave 4. And if we're in a wave 4, then that implies that there's going to be a very large bull run, putting in a wave 5 essentially. So if we look at the shorter time frame, let's take a look. We've been really on this, kind of massive bull run for the last couple days, and now, I see basically a 5 wave being completed, and we had a triangle here, I think yesterday, which broke out positively, broke up to the upside. And again, triangles normally appear in wave 4 or wave B. And so if this is wave 4, then we're looking basically for a wave 5 to complete. So after that wave 4 triangle, we can see that we have 5 clean impulse waves up that's been completed. This could be a smaller impulse of a larger set of impulses. So this could be wave 1 of another 5 impulses up. But looking at the oscillators and everything, we're very, very overbought. So I'd be surprised if we really go higher from here. It's possible, so we're going to have to see. But I think it's very unlikely. We're definitely due for a pullback. So if you look at this structure here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we're coming back down in what I see as 5 waves. So let's count that for you right here. I basically see 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So because we see a 5 wave impulse down, that's normally indicative of either wave A in an ABC or it can be a 5-wave impulse of a larger impulse. So what we're looking for here, though, is we are looking for some kind of retracement, and a very reasonable retracement is, to the 50% level, or even the 618. Because if you look at a wave 1 larger impulse down, it normally retraces, more than 50%. And if it's an ABC zigzag, it also typically retraces more than 50%. So I would not be surprised if we, retrace the 0.5 or 0.618. It is possible that we bounce from 382, but ABC, most likely it's going to hit at least 0.5, and if it's a wave 1 impulse, it's normally going to hit more than 0.5 as well. So if we're looking for basically an ABC, we're looking for a correction that kind of looks like this. This would be the A wave, and then we're looking for a 3-wave B, and then we're going to come down for C. So if we do some, just extrapolation, assuming this is going to be an ABC, get this snap to the price, we're going to do, let's say, like a 50% retracement. I think that's fair. And we're going to see probably, a 1-to-1 extension is what you're going to use for a zigzag. So we go down here, we pull it from B, and we put this on 1.0. We're looking at about 8,800. Let's see if there's any price support around that area. Okay, so this looks like doesn't really look like a logical place for it to stop. 618 actually looks a little bit better. That's kind of the top of this triangle. 618 is also a very high probability retracement for or extension for C of an ABC as well. And Bitcoin has been doing a lot of ABCs with the 618 extension, so I wouldn't be surprised if we stop here, at least initially. I think, though, that we will see kind of a larger correction, and so that might just be an ABC, just starting off a larger correction for the move that we've seen the last couple of days. And that larger correction, like I said, if it's an ABC to E, we're going to come down quite a bit further. And I think, a 618 or a 0.5 retracement makes a lot of sense. So let's see where that puts us. This looks like there's a lot of support down here at 764. There looks like some support around 382 as well, and kind of the bottom right around 618, around all the way between 0.5 and 618. So we're gonna have to see what the structure looks like coming down. It's gonna be hard to tell right now. We need more data. So if we have this ABC, it doesn't get us too far. The other option, which would get us down quite a bit further, is if this was just a first wave in a larger wave down. So that would look something like this, right? It'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if we do the extensions, let's make this a larger degree. And we'll do I like doing a 618 extension on my wave 1, 2s. So let's put that at 618. That was pretty good. And then we'll do a 1618 extension. And then wave 4, because wave 2 is a deep retracement, wave 4 is going to be shallower, and that's typically 382. So what am I doing? I have this upside down. Okay, so wave 2 to wave 3, we want something like 382. And then 0.5, a common target for 0.5 is 100% of wave A, or of wave 1. excuse me. So that puts us right here at about 8,200. So let's see if we have any price action here to support this. Yeah, there's definitely quite a bit of support down here. Let me move this over a little bit, clean this up. So this would give us, something like a larger 5-degree, 5-wave down. And this would then, still have to turn into a zigzag, so an ABC, or some other complex pattern. If we're talking about the ABCDE wave 4 triangle, then we are looking for a 3-wave down. So this could just be, A in an ABC that gets us further down. So that would look, something like this. This would be wave A. We would see a B, and then we would see a C, right? And wave B would retrace, somewhere around the 50% level, and then wave C would be somewhere around the 1-to-1 extension area. Right, which is around here, 7,500. And again, we're going to need more data, but it looks like this is, if everything is idealized, right, this is all kind of a lot of extrapolation. We have very little data so far, but if it hit this perfect zigzag, we did a 0.5 retracement on B and a 1.0 retracement on C, there is support here. And if we pull this out a little bit, it'd be interesting if maybe we bounce on this downtrend line. We retest it 2 times. So again, I think we have to see more data to know exact targets, but I just wanted to give you the scenarios on kind of where we're headed. I do think that we are due for a larger retracement. As you can see, we've been kind of wedging up here, and we actually broke out of it because Bitcoin and the FOMO has been so strong. But again, we're super excited on the oscillators, and I really wouldn't be surprised if we come back down here. You can see way overbought on RSI. It could go further, but I think it's unlikely. And if you look at the MACD, there has been kind of bearish divergence throughout this move. So you can see that the MACD histogram is ticking down, and we've been going up. So it looks like we're going to come back down. We'll have to wait and see. And as we get more data, I'll continue to update you guys. All right, thank you so much.